Peace and Black Power family. Welcome to another episode of Get This Wisdom Live. I am your co-host tonight, Shakti Sterner, and I'm very excited to be on air with you all. Now, we had previously scheduled a wonderful queen from Philadelphia by the name of Monica Wright, who runs the Black Actions Committee and also the Black Actions Committee SUSU. But within the last couple of minutes, I was informed that she is having a little bit of technical difficulty. So we're going to go ahead and start the show, and hopefully she can jump on live with us before we end tonight. And I'm going to go ahead and open up the discussion that we previously had planned to go in depth of the what's going on down there on her end with Philadelphia and the movements that she's making, but also the flack that she's picking up by doing work for our people. It saddens me that she is in the line of fire, speaking in a sense of there are people that are our own brothers and sisters down in that area who are harassing her, going into the establishment of certain entities in this country, and basically snitching on her, ratting her out, trying to make her look less than righteous for doing the work that she's doing, trying to get certain funding in the area, and for a program that she has going on that is centered around the babies down in it's Kensington, Philadelphia, to be right and exact. And Monica is somebody that is close to me because a few years ago I met her through Facebook, and she was running this group on there, and I'm like, okay, what's this about? I'm a part of all these groups that say they want change and say they want to implement programs to uh unify our people, and start building uh infrastructures that we can grow from and grow with. So I had been a part of all these little groups, and I saw a lot of lip professing, talking with no action, until I came across this elder lady. She's in her 50s, and I'm like, wait a minute, this lady is something different, because she's a spitfire. She's not holding nobody up. She's, you need to be doing this and you ain't doing that, and she's actually showing you what you should be doing. She's just not telling you, but she's following that with hard action. So I was intrigued, and we got to talking a little bit, and she told me about the group, and went into a brief overview of it, saying that there were individuals that are like-minded and around the whole country that are coming together and putting their money up. Like, are you serious? Y'all really doing it? So yeah, I'm all for that. So uh about 3 years ago, I'd say, to give a number, um I joined the Black Actions Committee, and from day one, you saw nothing but action. It was a program initially initiated with uh, a chosen business. The group would come together, vote, and choose a business for that month or that cycle, and everybody would mail off $1. You would send it to that business through the mail. And I'm like, you know what? She's showing and proving to me right now that $1 collectively amongst, I say, 20 to 30 individuals can help out a business, especially a small owned Black business, being that we don't get that much support in our endeavors. So the people definitely have to come together to help these establishments grow, so we can have something for our future. So stemming from that one initial program, the SUSU came about. Now, if y'all remember, a few months ago on Facebook, y'all saw the loom. The loom came out of nowhere, right? It just jumped off like hotcakes, and I'm looking at these people, and I'm like, wait a minute, but I've been pushing the Susu for a couple of years now. But then I understood that, how our people are, and they see an opportunity, they're gonna go for it, especially if it seems to be lucrative. Now, given that I knew how Susu is ran and the components of it, I knew that the loom wasn't right and exact, but I had to wait because I didn't want to, piss my people off because they had put up their money and they're like, "What do you mean? I got this, I got that." So I'm just chilling, I'm chilling, and then I get confirmation that it was definitely something that was a fraud, but to turn this back into a positive conversation and back into the Susu that the Black Actions community has. It started off, I want to say about 2 years ago, a little bit over, maybe 2.5 years ago, with less than 10 people, putting in $22 per person. And then that number of people continuously grew. So at that point, once we got to a certain number of people, it was decided upon that we would add another level of contribution. So the way that the dynamics of that works is if you decide to stay at the $22 level, you know, and when your time comes up and to get your payout, you will receive $500. But since we grew in a number of people, we decided to add an additional platform, which would be $50 per contribution, and that would get you $1,000 at your time of payout. Now, people are very, very skeptical when it comes to putting up their money, and loom being a very, very reason why people are skeptical. People gas shit up, and I got my babies with me. This is a family show, so definitely don't pay no attention to them. They're doing their thing. But when people are like, okay, I'm gonna put my money in this, and it gets thrown up in their face that it isn't authentic, when something that is real is in their face, they still like, I just got burnt, so I ain't even about to try that. But I am, if anybody knows me personally, I'm not about to lie about no bread. I got two small babies. I need the money to get them to where they need to be. I don't like money in a sense of I personally need it to make me happy, but in this society we have to have that fiat currency uh to 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 live, I say. So the Susu definitely came together beautifully. We have about 30 members now all across the country, and when I say we're moving, we're moving. We just had a donor from Philadelphia, beautiful, beautiful activist out there, donate just $1,000 by herself. She's like, here, you guys are doing stuff. You're definitely real with your movements and your actions, and we have the documentation to see that you're right and exact, and you're ongoing. So here's $1,000. Let's get this to this Susu to the point where it's an actual credit union. So I hope Monica don't mind me spilling the beans about that, but what this sister has sparked, and that's just with the Black Actions Committee. We haven't really went into the after school program down there, the field that she has donated to the Black Actions Committee, so we could do something like a community garden or whatever we decide upon with that. This queen is so powerful, man. I can't speak upon her enough. Hopefully, she does get to jump on here, but if not, I'm gonna do her justice with speaking for her on her behalf. So, uh, going into what she's doing down there in Philly with the after school lunch program for the babies. First off, if we're not focusing on the children with our intentions with whatever we're doing, then what we're doing isn't worth nothing. Because if you negate the babies, you negate the future. You know what I'm saying? And for anybody that shines a spotlight on these babies, and I'm very aware what's going down in Philadelphia is similar to what's going on here in Detroit with gentrification, uh, drug problems, and so on and so forth, poverty. Um, Anybody that steps up and they're going to say, I'm going to make this change. I'm going to take this on myself. I'm going to do this. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you're not doing anything, but I know what I'm going to do. And for her to take that initiative and being in her 50s, she's seen a lot and she's witnessed a lot. And when I speak to Monica, about what's going on, she's like, yeah, this is what we have to do. I'm not talking about this shit no more. If you want to play this system, You have to use this system to your advantage. And she's done that. She's done that perfectly. Yet we have people, we have black, original African, Asiatic, Moor, Hebrew, whatever you want to call it. We have these black people down there in Philly running to the oppressor, the white man, and telling them every movement that she doing. And now she got a group of Mexicans following her. You know what I'm saying? Trying to harass her. That's not gonna work, family. Understand something. When you have somebody that is really fighting on your behalf and taking the initiative, and it's at the point where, you know what, I don't care if I live or die. I'm 50 some years old. I done seen my golden years. I'll do it all right now. When we have somebody that dedicated to our babies, to providing and creating programs for our people, there is no way that she should be being attacked without some type of protection. She's an elder. She's an elder, first off, even if she wasn't doing the work that she's doing. We have to get in the space of us in this generation. I'm 30 years old. And people that are in my age group need to get in the thought process of we have to protect the babies and the elders by any means necessary. So I don't understand why this queen, this elder queen, this queen mother is down there being harassed right now for doing righteous work in her community, and there are no brothers down there stepping up to protect this queen. I don't get that, you know. And that was one of the reasons why she wanted to speak tonight, is to get her story out here, what she's doing and why she's doing it, and how she's being treated negatively by coons, for lack of a better term. See, that is a coon. We throw this word out here so loosely and so easily that people say it for everything. Oh, you want to spend time with your family on a quote unquote holiday, you're a coon. You want to do this, you're a coon. You want to watch TV, you're a coon. You want to listen to radio, you're a coon. No, nigga. That's not a coon. That's a person who's just saying, I have the proper discernment in my mind to know what's right and exact for me and what isn't. That doesn't make me any less of a person that's for the liberation of our people. That's just what I decide to do. But when you come to a point where, and I'm about to see, I get into my zone sometimes, so I'm gonna be mindful of the time. I know Callie is online with us tonight, but she's not feeling too well. So peace to the queen still. I love you. Um, when you come to a space where you go against your own people who's doing work for your ass, and you run to the white man telling the white man every detail of a person's move, you, my friend, are a sellout. Because now you don't put somebody in a position to be hurt when they're only doing good work. You are what we should be focusing on as a definition of a coon and a sellout. And this is a man. I know who did it because I done had an argument with this man before. And at that point in time, when I had an argument with this man, I knew that he was not righteous. But I didn't know that he would take it a step further and put this queen in a position where she could be heard. Shame on you, brother. I'm not going to say your name tonight because I would prefer Monica to go into that area. But brother, I know who you are very well. You're down there in Philly, hiding behind right so-called righteous work for the people. You down there putting our people in a position to be hurt. You're not right, and that's very hurtful. Now back to a positive manner, because I could go on that the whole show, and I'm not. That's not what we're about. The Get This Wisdom brand is not about using negativity as a way to get to the people. That's not where we're at with this. So back to what Monica's doing. She has a program on Wright Street in a house that she purchased. You know, she's in the real estate as well. That is an after school program where the babies come and they're able to eat good nutritious meals and get help with their work from school and get help with life, because we have to understand something. We have to be really honest with ourselves. A lot of us with certain knowledge, we forget that a lot of our people were what are in the position that we were once in, meaning that they don't understand. They don't have the knowledge that we have, and we have it now. But that doesn't really make us any different than them. We just know better at this point. So we have to hold ourselves accountable for them. And if you're the type of individual, you're like, you know what, I don't have time to be hold myself accountable for another adult. I fully understand that, and I don't condemn you for that. But you have to be willing to say, okay, I'm not going to talk to you, but I'm going to do whatever it takes for your baby, because your baby didn't deserve this. See, that's what we have to get. We have to get ourselves in the psyche of the babies are the greatest, and we help the babies by any means necessary. And that's what that queen is doing. She's not looking at the status of an adult. You know what I'm saying? It's about the babies for her. So she goes to bat with whatever establishment she has to go to bat with to make sure that program is up and running and has the things that it's needed. And speaking to her about Reach Street, it's a street, but it's a community. And there were a lot of drug dealers on the block and everything else. But Monica said, I'm going to hold myself accountable. I can't do for everything and everyone, but I definitely can impact my direct community. So that's what she did. You know, she went out there outside of her house. She started talking to the young brothers on the block doing their thing. And, you know, she slowly but surely started to get to the mind of the people around her, to the spirits and the hearts of the people around her. So now it's a community block. People are walking up to the neighbor's house, knocking on the door. Can I get a cup of sugar? You know how we used to be. You can't do that now in most areas, sadly. But she has definitely took it on herself to make a difference in whatever way she can. And I, for one, want to salute her, and I want to thank her, because what we have going on right now, family, it could be very saddening. You know, I was on Facebook earlier, and I try not to be let my emotions get into a lot of stuff that's on the media, because it definitely is an area that you can be attacked mentally and emotionally through. But um, there is an influx of our young girls coming up missing around this country. You know what I'm saying? And I don't really fully understand that. I have certain things that I think is going on, but I don't like to usually say what I think until I have what I know to back that up. But yes, honey. Okay, thank you. Let me finish the show. Um, I don't really understand why we aren't focusing our energy in the right areas collectively. We're too easily distracted by things that are meant to separate us, but it's in our faces now what we have to do. And our young black queens, 15 and under, I'm seeing it every day, and it's not just in one area. So it's definitely some fuckery in the game. But young black girls are coming up missing every day right now. And it's alarming. Like, it's not like it hasn't happened before, but the rate it's been happening in the last 30 to 60 days, it is it's becoming to a point where we need to be out here active in these neighborhoods, in these communities, and not just running around throwing up our black fist and the RBG flag. No disrespect to the flag. I live by it. I die by it. And no disrespect to the black fist either. And no disrespect to those who are out there doing that right now. But what I'm saying is the work needs to go a little bit deeper in the community. When our babies, they're taking our babies. I'm gonna just say it like that. Our babies are being snatched and we don't know where they're going. We have to really get out here now and really protect our community. And Monica has been doing this for a while now, so I just want to really celebrate that woman. She's phenomenal to me, and I'm grateful to be in a position to call her a mentor. Um, a few years back when I first met her, like I said, we were speaking, and she says, "You know what? I see you out here doing your activist work, but what do you have coming in for income?" And I looked at her and I said, "Wait a minute, Queen, what you talking about?" So, I was being a broke activist. You feel me? And Monica is one of those people that tell you, like, It's fine to do the activism work, but what you have to have some type of money. You have to, especially having them babies. You have to have money coming in. So that's what she got to me, and we started kicking it about the business. And me, if you see my movements, I follow direction very well from this queen, and I'm grateful for her. Uh, and she will be that way with any of us. It's not just me as a token individual. If you need some direction with business, if you need direction with life, if you need guidance, if you need mentorship, Monica be there for you 24 hours a day. That's just what type of sister she is. And I don't even like calling her sister because she's my elder. That would be putting her on my level, and she's nowhere near. I'm nowhere near her level. So um I don't think she's jumped on with us yet, but we're still gonna go into a little bit more of a conversation just to give her some more time. And if she doesn't jump on, we definitely understand the technical difficulty aspect. It happens. It happens. So we went over what she's doing on Reach Street. Now, I've been in talks with Monica lately, and the focus has been on starting this credit union with the Black Actions community, SUSU, which is where it started the co-op economical standpoint with that group. So now with the lady, the queen down there in Philly, offering up the $1,000 donation, that definitely puts us in a good position to have this credit union within the next, I would say, 12 to 36 months, just to be fair on timing. Now, that does take work. That does take the community. That does take voting with your wallet. Now, I'm not the one to run around and beg and solicit like that for any type of donation. I just prefer the people do the work, well, observe the work that's being done, pardon me, do the knowledge to the funds and the accounting that we have, and then be open to that endeavor of building. You know what I'm saying? So if you're interested in any of that information, you could definitely reach out to Monica Wright on Facebook. Also, Philly Daycare Soaps at AOL.com. And also, you can reach out to myself, and I could forward whatever information that you need. And that you could look on my Facebook page. That's Shakti Sterner, SHAKTISTERNER. And also, my email, you can email me at shaktisterner@gmail.com, or you can reach out via get this wisdom at gmail.com. Either way, we have many ways of communication, and you definitely can be helped. So, with Monica doing all the work that she's doing down there, I definitely propose that anybody who's directly in the area, Philly or tri-state, even if you're across the country, to link with the Queen and see how can you be and a helpmate to what she has going on. She has done a couple of features on the Fox, I believe it's Fox 29 news network down there in Philly. If I'm wrong about that, pardon me. But I believe it's Fox 29. They just done another special with her. I believe it was Monday. It was either Sunday or Monday, and she definitely goes in on that special. So check that out. That's on the internet now. And I just want to say we come into consciousness. A lot of us when we first step into awakening, a lot of us weren't born into this lifestyle. A lot of us came into it later on in life. We start in a space of anger. We start in a space of rage. We start in a space of pure hatred for everything because we've been lied to our entire lives, right? So when we forget that this is a journey of growth, this is a journey of elevation and getting better. at each and every second. So once we first wake up, we're mad at the white man. We hate the devil. We hate everyone. We even and that comes from you being in love with these things. Understand, there could be no hatred without the presence of once it being a love emotion there. So we're actually mad at ourselves for believing these lies. We're so mad because a lot of us have wasted so much of our lives on a lie that when now that we hear the truth, we're heartbroken, we're shattered. We don't know what to do at this point because we don't know who the fuck we are. We just now begun the journey. And we have a lot of people that are still years later after waking up still in that beginning phase because they have not took the steps necessary to spiritually reconcile and elevate. So now we're looking at now we're like, what's going on within the conscious community? What's going on? These people are losing their minds. They're egotistical. First off, a lot of us are only getting the social media aspect of that. Pardon me. When you see on social media, it will seem as though there's a lot of division going on, but a lot of work is being taken place off of social media that you don't see that embodies consciousness. You know, I got to a point where I didn't even like the term because it got commercial. But as I got out of that area of being angry, I noticed that consciousness is still going to be there. It's just in the right application. So when we see all this messiness going on through the social media aspect, we forget that there's love. There's beautiful things taking place. There are beautiful people that are dedicated to the elevation and liberation of our people and these babies. So I go into that to say, don't be don't get so caught up in the negative images that you see perpetuated by media and social media being an extension of that you get discouraged on this work, that you get discouraged on your brothers and sisters, that you get discouraged on this way of life, that you, oh man, I don't want none of that shit. I'm gonna go live in my house in the corner by myself. I don't want to build, I don't want to unify, I don't want nothing. I just want to be to myself till I leave this dimension. Don't do that. That's not where it's at, family. Not saying neglect self. Self care is very, very vital to yourself and to your legacy and your lineage. But do not get to the point where you're so frustrated with our family, because I'd have been there. I'd have been there plenty of times and I had to get myself in order. Don't be so frustrated with your family that you give up on your family. We are family. No matter if we come from the same physical mother or not, we come from the same spiritual mother. We come from Mother Africa. Understand, our mother, our Mother Africa. We are people that have been snatched from our mother. And you gotta understand, when a baby is snatched from their mother, they're traumatized. They have this link. They don't know what's going on. Okay. Monica just inboxed me. I don't think she's going to be able to overcome the technical difficulties tonight, and that's just fine. It's all peace. I'm gonna continue building, then we're gonna wrap it up in a couple minutes. Uh, so what I was saying was, we we are children snatched from our mother, and that trauma, those after effects have been passed down from generation to generation, and they're still very present within all of us. See, once we wake up, that's the beginning. That's only beginning. You have not begun to do the work to spiritually reconcile, to try to connect back to source, to connect back to mother. You know what I'm saying? Running around here calling yourself king and queen and goddess ain't that. It's just terminology. It's just terminology. It's just words. And words are a belief system. We have to really put in this work, not only with ourselves, but becoming back connected with the extension of ourselves, which is our people. Your brothers and your sisters are a direct reflection and extension of yourself, just at different angles. So when you're looking at your sister and your brother and you trying to denounce them, you got to understand that was once you. That's still you, just at a different angle. There is no separation. Separation is an illusion. We make separation real. We do. We put the power into these titles that are keeping our people apart. If we stop falling for the illusion of the third dimension and truly connect it back with source, a lot of this shit wouldn't even matter. And we could just love again. Love again. We all have forgotten how to love. Every last one of us, myself included. I raise my hand for that. Um, we have to really take the veil off, people. Understand the universal veil has coming off now, so that's why we're seeing things the way we see them. But we have to take that veil off that we still have protecting us. A lot of us are still operating from a space of unsurety and fear because we're not truly connected back to our mother. The power of the mother is very vital in the growth of a child. The mother is the first child, the first teacher. And when we have been displaced due to the diaspora, we have been disconnected from our first teacher. We have been disconnected from our mother. We have work to do, family. And I salute those who still get up, although we got this work to do with ourselves, that still stand strong and say, I'm gonna work on myself, but I'm gonna work for my people at the same time. That's balance. That's the mayat that's needed. And I congratulate you. So with Monica being one of the first elders that I really had a chance to connect with, and she gave me so much of her wisdom on how to do things and how to get stuff done. You know, I definitely want to salute her. And we are here. The Get This Wisdom brand definitely supports what she has going on, and we commit ourselves to definitely extending that branch of solidarity with what she has going on. And I'm gonna get to some of y'all brothers in Philly. I'm gonna call y'all. This ain't the space for it, but I'm gonna call y'all because that queen should not be worried about her safety down there. Not at all. With the work she's doing, she shouldn't have to worry about a damn thing. She shouldn't even have to worry about getting her groceries from the damn store. That's how shit should be done with the work that she's doing. So I'm definitely gonna call some of y'all and get that together. Um, Now, I said when I opened up the show that we were supposed to have Monica Wright on tonight, and she had very much the intention of being here. I have the messages right up until a couple minutes ago, you know. But the thing with technology, sometimes it's hit, sometimes it's missed. But regardless to whom or what, the show must go on. We commit ourselves to doing the work continuously to provide you uh, with the quality of content that empowers you, that motivates you to move forward, but also gives you that insight on what's going on in our communities on different areas. So we still committed ourselves to doing the show tonight, and we will continue to do our work for you because Callie and I, and we have a beautiful team with us as well. Ashley Powell, Bria Dumas, and Dynasty Gilchrist. And of course, we have to honorably mention our brother Keith Young, who designs the covers for the magazine publication. We have a very strong team with us. So we working hard, man, on every level. And sometimes it gets a little frustrating when we feel as though we're not being taken seriously because it's the work that we do. It's endless, but we put all of our love and our energy in it so the people can have what they need. As long as you have what you need, we gonna have what we need regardless. This is a universal circle of love right here, and we understand how the universal law works with what you put out is what you get back. Yeah, and we definitely feel the love and support from those around us. So we're dedicating ourselves to providing a platform for those who are doing that type of work, but in their own selective field. Because everybody is not meant to play the same role. Everybody has a different role, but people are out here committing their lives to their works. So we decided that we were going to come together and we're going to give that platform to you, whatever it takes. just take us seriously as we take you seriously in your work. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up tonight's show, but definitely uh support what Monica has going on down there in Philly. I gave you the information earlier. You could hit me up, hit up our Gmail or hers, and we'll definitely get you the information you need. But also support what we have going on too. You know, we just dropped our latest issue March the 5th. That was our Black Power Revolutionary issue. Very powerful content in there. You know, you name them, we pretty much got them. And that was definitely a work of love. You know, Callie did her thing, our team did their thing, and shout out to the whole brand for that. Support our product line that has just recently been unveiled. You t-shirts, sweatshirts, coffee mugs, you name it, we got it. We don't got it, we'll get it. That's just how we do. Uh, we're working on our next issue. We have more shows planned, you know. So definitely get with us. And if you know anybody that wants to be featured in the magazine that they've done the work and they deserve to be spotlighted, email us at getthiswisdom@gmail.com. Also, if they would like to make an appearance on Get This Wisdom Live, definitely email us at the same place, getthiswisdom@gmail.com. And we'll get you scheduled or whatever you need. And with that, I'm going to say thank you. Thank you all for all that you do, the work that you do, and the support that you show us so we can work. And with that, I'm going to say enjoy your night. Kiss yourselves. Kiss your babies. Peace and Black Power.